Job costing is key to having a profitable construction business. It allows you to identify problem areas before they get out of hand and properly manage cash flow. I'm Jessica Krause with New Life Accounting, and this is Build What Lasts. Before you can use the data coming into your system as it is intended, there are some basics to job costing that must be in place. So the first thing is you want to make sure that you are comparing apples to apples. So you want to take that estimate that you sent out to your customer and turn it into a budget. It needs to be in the same format, the same numbers that you're going to be collecting data for. So you have to match those two things up. Your estimate could have additional fluff in there. It could have some overhead items, indirect items, and you want to make sure that you're accounting for the same types of things that you are accounting for in your job costing. So I recommend having a process that takes that estimate and turns it into a budget. And some of the key things that you want to be comparing are those direct costs. So your direct labor, your direct materials, your subcontractors, your direct equipment costs, and any of those other direct costs in your system. With a solid chart of accounts in place, you should be able to timely, accurately, and consistently report those job costs. So you also, once those job costs are in, you want to make sure that you are spending time reconciling your GL accounts, your general ledger, so that material direct cost account, that subcontractor direct cost account, all those direct costs with the job reports. So you should be able to pull a general ledger and a job cost report and reconcile those two things. You also want to be able to reconcile your accounting software with your project management software. So if you're running two different softwares, if you're running a QuickBooks and a Procore, you want to be able to reconcile the two and make sure that your costs are showing up the same in both systems. We had a client that came on, a rather large client, and we went to reconcile their two systems in the very beginning. And one of their projects was missing over $150,000 worth of costs in Procore. Well, if their project managers are only running the project out of that software, they're missing a lot of the data. So that was due to a syncing error and how things were coded. So we want to make sure that we're reconciling those on a regular basis. Now we have all of our costs in. We know that they're accurately reported. We know they're in the right spots. And now we should be able to compare those actual costs to our budgeted amounts. So those are the key areas, the basics that you need to have down for job costing. From there, you're able to start implementing your WIP report and actually see it and use the data to be proactive and make those proactive decisions to maximize your profitability on the jobs. So content is worthless without action. So your action items are, is your job costing accurate? Do you feel like it's accurate? Do you have that process of taking the estimate and turning it into a budget? Are you comparing apples to apples? Are you able to rely on your reports? And how can your processes be improved in this area? So if your company needs help with job costing, it's our specialty and we are here to chat. We'll give you an hour of our time to see how we can best help your construction business moving forward. I know your time is extremely valuable. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Jessica Krause with New Life Accounting, and we're here to help you build what lasts.